Hey, I'm Dr. Jesse, and in this video, I want to talk about a recent article by Valuetainment that talks about how most youths in America actually don't qualify for the military due primarily to being overweight and obese. And this is a shocking article, and it really should help spread the awareness of just how bad the obesity, overweight, and health crisis is right now in America. So let's get started and into the article. So the article is titled Overweight, Drugs, Mental Health, Why 77% of Young Americans Don't Qualify for the Military. Crazy number. 77% of young adults in the US are not eligible for the service without a waiver due to three primary issues: being overweight, drug use, or having mental problems. When considering youth disqualified for one reason alone, the most prevalent disqualification rates are overweight at 11%, drug and alcohol abuse at 8%, and medical physical health at 7%, the study read. Conducted by the Pentagon's Office of Personnel and Readiness, the research examined young adults in the US ages 17 to 24. I mean, this is huge. If most American youths cannot participate in the military, then how are we going to defend ourselves, right? We're seeing this health crisis bleed over into areas of life that are vital to our survival. I mean, I've talked about in depth about the problems with obesity, overweight, type 2 diabetes, and all these what I consider to be preventable diseases and how they're affecting us. So, obviously we know how these problems affect us individually, but they are impacting us on a greater societal level, in such that our survival as a nation is at stake if we don't prioritize and start prioritizing our health today. Right? There are huge problems down the line that are going to happen if we don't start eating healthier, if we don't start moving more and becoming more physically active, if we don't start prioritizing our sleep, if we don't start prioritizing our mental health and stress levels. Right? All of these fundamentals that I just listed are the main determining factors that either cause most of the diseases in America or don't cause the diseases in America. What I mean by that is if we live a healthy lifestyle, we don't have to be overweight, we wouldn't have to be obese, we don't have to have type 2 diabetes, most cancers wouldn't even exist, and most medical problems wouldn't even exist in general if we just focused on living healthier. Not to mention, most of our healthcare costs are due to these preventable diseases. So we would solve most of our problems if we just did those basic things. And if we don't, then obviously our national security is at risk. And I think we're going to go down a very unfortunate, dark road in the future if we don't realize that now, more than ever, we have to start prioritizing our health. The dismal statistics illustrate an ever-shrinking pool of eligible young adults plaguing military recruitment efforts in most branches of the service. I mean, that's frightening. Policymakers have been sounding the alarm over the recruiting environment in the recent past. Widespread ineligibility of many Americans contributing to readiness problems is a worry of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Yeah, and it should be a worry for our entire nation as a whole. And if this doesn't kickstart the movement to start pushing exercise, healthy diet, and a healthier lifestyle, then I really don't know what will, which is why I wanted to highlight this article. And I think everyone should share either this video or this article or both to everyone you know and tell them that we need to start living healthier or we are not headed down a good and optimistic path. Now, why I am hopeful is because, like I said, these diseases and health problems are completely preventable. Completely preventable. Yes, there is a minority of issues that are not preventable and that is out of our control. But the fortunate thing is that these problems plaguing America, plaguing us, can be prevented and reversed by doing those simple things. And we have to get the word and message out there. So tell everyone you know that it's time to start eating healthier, exercising, and prioritizing your health. They will thank you, and we'll be a healthier and happier nation and stronger nation overall. The Council for a Strong America, an organization compiled of retired military officers and law enforcement which advocates for healthier lifestyles and better nutrition among adolescents, issued a press release calling on lawmakers to act so new generations will be eligible for the service. Absolutely. Obviously, part of solving this problem is through policy and changing laws. I think what I'm trying to do is just spread this awareness through videos, through media, getting the word out there, motivating people, empowering people by teaching you and everyone else that getting healthy is one of the best things that you can do. And you will experience life on a different level if you start prioritizing your health. And so what I mean by that is, selfishly, if you start eating healthier and taking better care of yourself, you're going to live an enhanced version of your current life right now. You're going to feel better, you're going to feel happier, you're going to have more energy, you're going to have better relationships, better sleep, better rest, better everything by just upgrading and optimizing your lifestyle. Now, obviously, it's hard to do in America, and I get it, and I talk about it all the time. What's great about America is also what sometimes is not so great, right? Freedom. And I am so lucky and fortunate to live in America because of this freedom. But with freedom comes responsibility. So in particular, we have the freedom to eat any food we want, to live how we want, and the options are endless, essentially, in America. We have all this food around us. It's very tasty, it's excessive, it's cheap, it's everywhere we go. We have access to all this food. And because of this access, we have so much temptation, and so much of us abuse this food, where we overeat, whether or not we realize it or not. And a lot of us don't really realize it. And so we overeat, and this overconsumption of foods and foods that are not necessarily the healthiest for us is what's leading to the majority of these health problems. So we have to learn how to become responsible eaters, live responsible lifestyles, because this freedom, although an absolutely amazing thing, we have to learn how to control ourselves because of all the things that we have. And so once we do that, we will experience what I call an enhanced lifestyle. Now, how do we overcome this temptation? How do we learn to control ourselves in an environment that is so addictive and difficult to navigate? Well, one is realizing that there is a problem and becoming aware of how much we're overeating and how much we're really not living the healthiest lifestyle. Once we understand that and realize what living an unhealthy lifestyle leads to, which is disease and depression and low energy and fatigue and all of these problems that we're experiencing, then we can start making the initial steps to change the trajectory of our health and start living healthier. So after that, after we've acknowledged and become aware of this issue, we then have to start making small, simple changes to your diet and lifestyle. And you keep doing this over, weeks and months and years, and these small changes add up, and eventually you've completely changed who you are. And you're a healthier person now. And it takes time. You can't do it all at once. It does take time and effort and consistency, but it is absolutely possible, and we can all do it, and we will do it as a nation, and we will change the path that we're on, and I'm very optimistic about that. So with that said, I hope you learned a little bit from this video and it made you more aware of what's going on. Please, again, share this video, an article, or both with people you know. Let's get the word out there. Let's change the trajectory of health in America and make ourselves healthier, happier, better, and more successful. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe to my channel. I'm always putting out new nutrition, fitness, health content that I think is educational and entertaining. And before you leave, check out this video over here. I think you will enjoy this one as well. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.